Many of you guys know that I love to take vacations. They are a good time. Today I will be telling you about my vacation to Cape Town. In my personal opinion, one of my favorites because of all the activities. Here's why. Here are the two maps put together. It shows Pittsburgh, PA, and Cape Town. Next you will see the distance that I have drawn for you. It's a pretty long journey. Here is a better picture of Cape Town in South Africa. It's an amazing place. Here is one of the most beautiful attractions in Cape Town, in my opinion. It was the most fun to visit. It is called the Castle of Hope and was built in 1666. Next, I head up a beach called Camps Bay. There are many luxurious hotels to stay at, which makes it very convenient, and it is very close to all the attractions, which was pretty awesome. By the way, I took this picture from my drone. I think it's pretty cool. After hitting up the beach, I got pretty sweaty, so I decided to go on a trip to Table Mountain. The tour guide was very nice and gave me many facts. I took down a few for you guys. There are only 2,200 species of plants found here, which is pretty impressive. Animals that are included in this environment are some birds called dassies. It is only flat from one side, even though it is a mountain and most of it is flat too. Next was the most exciting part of this whole vacation. I was finally able to take a natural safari in the Chobe National Desert. It was pretty amazing to see that there were so many plants considering it was a desert. It was the highlight of my vacation. The first animal that I got to see and happened to be my favorite was the lion. It was amazing. It was just sitting there basking in the sun. One fact is that even though it's called the king of the jungle in other places, it's actually not even the highest on the food chain, which is pretty amazing since it's called the king. The second animal that I got to see was also my second favorite animal. It's the hippopotamus. While we were there, our tour guide pointed out that it was even out of water, which was pretty rare. I never thought that I would get to see something this rare. The hippopotamus is actually known to cause deaths in some people and even kill them, which is pretty crazy considering that the size of this animal, you wouldn't think that it would be that much damage. That was a fun fact that my tour guide gave us. I thought I'd share it with you. Third and fourth animal that I got to see was the giraffe and the zebra. It was pretty cool that they were together, figuring the fact that it would be a little hard to find both packs together. One fact that I learned about the giraffe is that it's most prone to lions and other predators when it is bending down, since it is extending itself to the point where it's harder to get up. Another really cool fact I learned about zebras is even though they look identical from a distance, not one zebra has the same stripes, which is pretty cool. The fifth animal that I got to see was the rhinoceros. It was just standing there out in the open, and it was such a big animal that it was amazing to see. I never thought that they were that big, since I only saw them in the zoo and they were quite smaller. One fact that I learned is that the rhinoceros has many different types, such as the white rhino, the black rhino, and the Indiana rhino, which is pretty cool. I thought there were only one. The final animal that we got to see was the elephant. It was really awesome that we got to see it in the water, and it even played with us and sprayed us with water while we were on that little boat. Another fun fact that was given by my tour guide is that sadly elephants are almost extinct due to the fact that poachers hunt them for their tusks. We were so close, we decided to pack up our stuff and go to Victoria Falls. I could not miss it for the world. That's what I wanted to do the whole time. A really cool fact that I learned there is that the river flows over the riverbank. What we did there was we ate at a bizarre restaurant, which was pretty cool. I had the chance to eat some fresh fish from the river. The next thing that we did was we stayed overnight at a beautiful campsite with other people, and it was really relaxing. The next place I went, I had to head all the way up the Zambezi River through Malawi, Tanzania, Burundi, and Rwanda. Here I entered Uganda to see the Kindi Forest National Park. Here I saw an amazing rainforest. I learned so much, I just had to share some of the facts that I've learned with you guys. Here in Uganda, I saw so many animals. I decided to use the chimpanzee just to explain how much animals there were. During this photo, they actually ran in and tried to get us, but we hopped in our car and drove away. A fun fact about these chimpanzees is that they actually use leaves and other materials provided in the forest for their own medicine. Seeing all the wildlife, I wanted to see the urban life. So I headed up to Kenya to see Nairobi. I saw a mix of wealthy and poor here. Just like any other city, there are some poverty lines. And a cool fact that I've learned is that more than 42% of the population is below the poverty line, which is crazy. This place I went to, even though everybody told me not to, and it was pretty stupid and foolish, was Bangladesh. Here I went to many tourist attractions, and I was always keeping my eye out. While I was here, I got to see several mosques, which are surprisingly really old and even very pretty. This one here is over 300 years old. These are some of the nice things that can appear in some horrible places. Something that makes this place so dangerous is that there are very, very, very high risks of terrorism and all the violence that has been going on. This place, as you can see, it even says not to even travel, not even for essential, but me being foolish and stupid, I decided to, and it was all worth it seeing the amazing mosques. Leaving all the dangers, I went to Mali to see some amazing architecture and even take some photographs for you guys. The next place I went to, and which is also the last, was the Gingerbread Mosques. Here I took some amazing photos, and you can even see a woman carrying a bowl on her head, which is very cool. When I was visiting the mosques, I was able to get a cool fact, which was the mosque was built in 1327, which is really, really old, and it is pretty impressive that it's still standing till this day. Thank you for listening about all these facts about my journey that I've had, and so much fun here in Cape Town.